SOLIDWORKS 2021 has a huge set of new features and performance enhancements. Let's take a closer look at some of them right now. I want to make these two parts with their faces coincident. Right away in SOLIDWORKS 2021, you'll notice that the mate property manager has been reorganized. So all the different mate types are segmented in their own tabs. This is a lot easier to find what you want than before when you had to expand and collapse and scroll in that window. Now I want to reverse this mate direction because this is facing the wrong way. And of course I can always do a flip mate alignment. But if I do that, there are other mates that are going to have to be flipped as well. Now normally I would know that you hit yes to this command all the time. That's basically almost always what you want to do. But if you're not sure, you might answer no and you might have some work to do. So let's undo that and let's show a better way to handle that situation. So in my system options, I now have the ability to tell SOLIDWORKS what I want to do by default. Instead of doing the old school, which is always prompt me, I'm going to say I want to always flip the mates of the other parts that are mated to the thing I'm flipping on the mate. So that way, 99% of the time, it's going to just do what I want it to do. And the 1% of the time that's not what I want to do, then I can fix it. Speaking of enhancements to mates, now when I do a slot mate, I have a default option available to me. So instead of every time having to say, I always want it in the center, it's going to just do that. Now, if I want to change it to something else, like a distance or free, I can always change that. And by the way, we can now lock rotational mates in this part of the slot. But if we go look at where this is stored, this is actually now in the document property. So it's part of your templates. And again, I'm going to say 99% of the time when I do a slot mate, I want it to center in the slot. So I'll just let it do that by default. And then occasionally when I want to change it, I can go ahead and do that in those rare occasions. Assembly patterns always let you have the ability to change the configurations of the subsequent items in the pattern. And you could also say you want to use the same pattern as C component individually, but if you had a lot of changes and you wanted to reset it back, it was a lot of work. Now in SOLIDWORKS 2021, we have the option right in the assembly pattern feature itself to synchronize the configuration of those constituent components to the seed item. So now they're all set to follow the configuration of the seed. In fact, I can't even change them individually in any way to make those change because it's locked in. So now when I change the seed component and change its configuration, all the other constituent components in that pattern will change and reflect that automatically. Finally, we've had interference detection forever and it's very useful, but it's even made more useful now in 2021 because we can now save the result outside of SOLIDWORKS. It will actually save it out to an Excel spreadsheet, and I can have it make thumbnails for each interference, which of course I would want to do. So we'll let it go ahead through and it'll basically go through all the interferences in my assembly, capture a picture of each one, and then list them all with those thumbnail pictures in an Excel spreadsheet, which I can share to anybody I want. So that's just some of what's new in SOLIDWORKS 2021. To find out more, go to www.gsc-3d.com today.